Continued and their salah is accepted, inshallah. So without further ado, we can stand to perform, because in this Eid Salah, the Salah is done first and then the Khutbah is done afterwards, inshallah. And it is Sunnah that we listen to the Khutbah, inshallah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladhina an'amta alayhim. غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى فجعله غثاء أحوى سنقرئك فلا تنسى إلا ما شاء الله إنه يعلم جهر وما يخفى ونيسرك لليسرى فذكر إن نفعت ذكرى سيذكر من يغشى ويتجنبها الأشقى الذي يصلى نار الكبرى ثم لا يموت فيها ولا يحيا قد أفلح من تزكى وذكر اسم ربه فصلى بل تعثرون الحياة الدنيا والآخرة خير وأبقى إن هذا لفي صحف الأولى صحف إبراهيم وموسى. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين فذلك الذي يدعو اليتيم ولا يهد على طعام المسكين فويل للمصلين الذين هم عن صلاتهم ساهون الذين هم يراءون ويمنعون الماعون. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر السلام عليكم ورحمة الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا ومولانا محمد عبده ورسوله أرسل بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا بين يدي الساعة من يطع الله ورسوله فقد رشد ومن يعص الله ورسوله فإنه لا يضر إلا نفسه ولا يضر الله شيئا الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد أما بعد اعلموا أيها المسلمون أن يومكم هذا يوم عيد وقد قال رسول صلى الله عليه وسلم إن لكل قوم عيد وهذا عيدنا الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد ويومكم هذا يوم النحر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد وقد قال الله تعالى لن ينال الله لحومها ولا دماؤها ولكن ينال التقوى منكم كذلك سخرها لكم لتكبروا الله على ما هداكم وبشر المحسنين الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد بارك الله لنا ولكم في القرآن العظيم ونفعنا إياكم ما فيه من آيات والذكر الحكيم أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين واستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا مولانا محمد عبده ورسوله الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد أرسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا بين يدي الساعة من يطع الله ورسوله فقد رشد ومن يعص الله ورسوله فإنه لا يضر إلا نفسه ولا يضر الله شيئا الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك وصلى على المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات وبارك على سيدنا محمد وأزواجه وذرياته الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أرحم أمتي بأمتي أبو بكر وأشدهم في أمر الله عمر وأصدقهم حياء عثمان وأقضاهم علي وفاطمة سيدة النساء أهل الجنة والحسن والحسين سيد الشباب أهل الجنة والحمزة أسد الله وأسد الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم اللهم اغفر للعباس وولده مغفرة ظاهرة وباطنة لا تغادر ذنبا رضي الله عنهم وعن كل صحابة أجمعين الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله في أصحابي لا تتخذهم غرضا من بعدي فمن أحبهم فبحبي أحبهم ومن أبغضهم فببغضي أبغضهم وخير أمتي قرني ثم الذين يلونهم ثم الذين يلونهم الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات وأحياء منهم والأموات الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد عباد الله رحمكم الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل وإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون وقال الله تعالى فاذكروني أذكركم واشكروا لي ولا تكفرون الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد اللهم امين اللهم افتح لنا يا ابواب العنايات والكرامات اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى سيدنا مولانا محمد وبارك وسلم عليه اللهم اني على ذكرك وشكرك وحسن عبادتك اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى سيدنا مولانا محمد وبارك وسلم عليه ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار رب اجعلنا من الصلاة ومن ذريتي ربنا وتقبل دعاء ربنا اغفر لي ولوالدي وللمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب اللهم اني على ذكرك وشكرك وحسن عبادتك لا اله الا انت سبحانك انا كنا من الظالمين يا Allah, raising our hands we supplicate towards you on this blessed day of Yawm al-Duha ya Allah we are raising our hands in the day of Adha ya Allah forgive us all our shortcomings ya Allah we send durood and salutation upon Prophet Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam upon the halabat and mutabi'in tabi'in kul farahshin the shuhada the awliya the muttaqin the sadiqin the siddiqin the azwaj the mutahharat ya Allah we raise our hands we beg and we beseech and we ask of you and only to you ya Allah iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in only to you we seek help ya Allah only to you we ask and we beg of you, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, we are your makhluk, we are your creation, Ya Allah. We are asking you, Ya Allah, forgive us all our shortcomings, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, those people throughout the world who have been persecuted and who have been oppressed, Ya Allah, alleviate from them their suffering hardships, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, grant them sabr and abundance, Ya Allah. Grant them tranquility, Ya Allah, and let increase them in iman, Ya Allah. Increase us all in iman, Ya Allah. Increase them in ilmun nafi and rizqan wasi'an. Amalan wa shafa min kulli da. Most forgiven, most merciful, raising our hands, we supplicate on behalf of our deceased families who have died and gone to God, Ya Allah. They cannot help themselves any longer in the qabr, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, we raise our hands and we supplicate on their behalf, Ya Allah. Let their grace be spacious and limited. Let the rays of Jannat al-Firdaus be into the qabr, freedom of qabr and Sahab al-Nad, Ya Allah. We raise our hands, we ask and we beseech on their behalf, Ya Allah. And we beseech on behalf of ourselves, Ya Allah. Let us all be able to be of Ashab al-Yamin, Ya Allah. Those of us so that we be able to receive our book of deeds and right on the judgment, Ya Allah. Let us be able to cross the Sirat with speed of light without any difficulty in your hardships, Ya Allah. Let us have the intercession of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Ya Allah. Increase us in iman, Ya Allah. Increase us in tawfiq, Ya Allah. Increase us in hidayah and tawfiq, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, make us all better practicing Muslims, Ya Allah. Let us be able to Ya Allah, let us be able to accept and be able to recognize you, Ya Allah, to do your ma'arifah, Ya Allah, to recognize you, Ya Allah. We raise in our hands and we ask of you, Ya Allah, on this day of Nahr, Ya Allah. Accept all of our sacrifices, Ya Allah. So accept all of our dua, Ya Allah. Accept our ibadah, Ya Allah. Accept our sawm that we have performed, Ya Allah. We raise our hands and we ask of you, Ya Allah. Grant us, Ya Allah, whatever you have promised on us, Ya Allah. Allah. Most frequent, most merciful, raise our hands. We beg, we beseech to you, and only to you, Allah. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil, ni'mal mawla wa ni'mal nasir. Ghufranaka rabbana wa ilayka al-masir. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Maulana Muhammad wa ala Sayyidina Maulana Muhammad wa barik wa sallam wa salli alayhi. Ya Allah, raise our hands. We beg, we beseech, we ask of you, Ya Allah. Please, Ya Allah. None is worthy of ashbiya, and we ask of you, Ya Allah. Let us be able to, all of us who are present here in this masajid, Ya Allah, be able to recognize that what favor that you have bestowed upon us, Ya Allah. Let us be able to utilize all of the amenities and the facilities in this masajid, Ya Allah. Let us be able to partake and contribute towards the masajid, Ya Allah, in all forms and aspects, Ya Allah, physically, monetarily, Ya Allah, and we raise our hands, we ask of you, Ya Allah, and we beg of you, Ya Allah, to protect us and guide us, Ya Allah. Samina wa ta'ana, ghufranaka rabbana wa ilayka al-masir. Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakil, ni'mal mawla wa ni'mal nasir. Ghufranaka rabbana wa ilayka al-masir bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alayhi wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. May yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa may yudlil fala hadiya lahu wa nashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu. Amma ba'd, fa'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wa qala Allah tabarak wa ta'ala fi shani habibihi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam: واعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا ولا تفرقوا واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إذ كنتم أعداء فألف بين قلوبكم فأصبحتم بنعمته إخوانا وكنتم على شفا حفرة من النار فأنقذكم منها كذلك يبين الله لكم آياته لعلكم تهتدون. آمنت بالله صدق الله العلي العظيم. Alhamdulillah, all praise belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is our Khaliq, our Malik. It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has bestowed upon us and favored us to be amongst the ummah, his ummah, the ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The best of nations, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has, sent on mankind. My dear respected elders, learned brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh wa ala Eid Mubarak. I'll try to be as short as possible, inshallah. It is a beautiful opportunity when we have, a crowd as such, that we give nasiha, and we take the nasiha, receive it, and we utilize the nasiha, inshallah. But my dear brothers and sisters, today is a day not for me to give too much of a speech, but we have to partake in the activities of the slaughter and the nahar. This is called the day of nahar, the day of the flowing of the blood. That doesn't mean that how we're going to be killing left, right and center. Nahar just literally means the flowing of the sacrificial blood, inshallah. The ayah in which I have recited, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا وَاذْكُرُوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ إِذْ كُنْتُمْ أَعْدَاءً فَأَلَّفَ بَيْنَ قُلُوبِكُمْ. So hold fast to the rope of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is a metaphorical rope. There's not a rope hanging down from the arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's not a rope that is hanging physically from the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us to hold fast to the hidayah, to hold fast to the covenant, to the pact in which we created with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What pact did we create to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Do we know what pact we made? We made a pact. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Hazrat Adam alayhi salatu wa salam, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took out from the loins of Hazrat Adam alayhi salatu wa salam, and He placed the believers and the non-believers. Everyone was gathered in the plain. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked us, Alastu bi rabbikum, am I not your Lord? Qalu bala. Each and every single of our souls said, yes, we acknowledge you. We do ma'arifah on you, Allah. We recognize you as our ilah, our God. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala placed us back into the loins of Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, and throughout various generations, we were born, we were given birth into this earth. And we lost that recognition. Over these years, we lost this recognition. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us in the Quran, and He said to hold fast to the rope of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and remember the covenant that we had, the pact that we had with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And in this pact we have in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the ayah, just give a quick translation of the ayah, and hold fast all together by the rope in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has stretched out for you, and be not divided amongst yourselves. And be not divided amongst yourselves. And remember with gratitude Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's favor on you. For you were enemies, and He joined your hearts in love. so that by His grace you become brothers and sisters, and you were on the brink, on the pit of the fire, and He saved you from it. Indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes His signs clear to you that you may be guided. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, it's a beautiful ayah, and as all of the ayah in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that we should hold steadfast to the rope of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and remember the covenant that we had and the pact that we created with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the pact that we had a one-on-one conversation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Every one of us, we do not remember this. Just as when we were young, we do not remember what transpired in our lifetime there. Some of us do, some of us don't. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created this pact with us. And on that day, on the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah, our lips will be sealed, and every single joint of our bodies will speak and give witness, shahada, on us, on behalf of us, what we did right and what we did wrong. So our tongue, very, very painful this thing is. You know, this tongue of ours, it can do good and it can do bad also. So we have to be very careful with the utility of this tongue, how we utilize this tongue, inshallah. I'll just give a quick tafsir of this ayah in which I have recited. إن الله يرضى لكم الثلاثة ويسخط لكم ثلاثة يرضى لكم أن تعبدوه ولا تشركوا به شيئا وأن تعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا ولا تفرقوا فأن تناسوا من والله الله أمركم ويسخط لكم ثلاثا قيل وقال وكثرت سؤال وضاعة المال. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned with regards to the ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wa inna Allah yarda lakum thalatha, it pleases Allah three things, to acquire three qualities, and it displeases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we should have three characteristics. Three qualities pleases Allah, and three characteristics displeases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And these are, it pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Iyahu. Specifically, we worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We do not join in association to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a person or anything or any object Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is something Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not want for us to associate anything with Him in worship. And that you hold on to the rope of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and not be divided. So it comes key, one to the other. And if you can recall, I've been given on last Friday, I remind us about the Raham, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Rahman, and Raham is the womb, and we have to maintain that relationship. Because the womb is a protected area, and that relationship should be protected also. That relationship. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, so these are the three characteristics, these are the three qualities that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to do. That we maintain, we hold to the rope and the covenant that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us, the promise that we made to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is what? That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the ilah. And joined with that we maintain our relationship. We do not separate from each other. We do not have friction and enmity and fight each other. This is what it is saying, right? Hold on to the rope of Allah altogether and do not divide. وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. That's the Arabic word for it. Do not divide, do not separate, right? Do not separate and do not divide. And that you advise whomever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala appoints as a leader. So this is for the leaders and those who are the muqtadis also. We can converse with each other. The one that is standing in front here does not know everything. He is not ilmul ghaib. He is not the alim that he knows, he has knowledge of every single thing. As a community together, we can receive advice and we can give advice. And this is another hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that when an advice is given, we do not reject the advice, so we do not just turn a blind eye. You do not have to follow it, but just be haughty and say, no, I don't want to hear anything what this person has to say. No, we have to give and receive advice, because some people have more experience in this world than others. And some of us may have a good intention, some may have a bad intention, inshallah. And the three that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala displeases would say, and it was said that so and so said something. This is when we do a little bit of waswasa. When somebody comes and whispers to you that this person or this brother or this person said something. So you know what this is? This is backbiting. This is backbiting. So we are speaking about someone. We have no knowledge about this person, or even if it is true that whatever it is that you are saying about this person, this is something that displeases Allah. So we hold our tongues from speaking about people. Do not speak about anyone. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam tells us, if we have nothing good to say, just stay quiet, just remain quiet. If we have nothing good to say, just remain quiet. There's no need for us to speak. Just look around us and ponder about the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we have a lot to be thankful for. If you look around us, right over here in the Masjid compound over here, how much there is to be, desired, and how much it is that we should be, thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right, so one of the three things that displeases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is that we speak about other people. We say so and so, this person says so and so. And the second thing is asking many unnecessary questions. Some people, it's good to ask questions. It didn't say asking questions is bad, but asking unnecessary questions. Some people will come up to you just for the purpose of fitna, right? They know someone is, has a little bit of some issue or some problem, right? But they will come up to you and straight in your face, they will ask you something just so that they can show down a brother or sister. So that the next person who is amongst you is going to say, this person have no knowledge what the hell he's talking about, right? This is how we are. Allah is our creator. He knows. He's telling us the three things that is displeasing us. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam tells us, right? So it was said that you speak to the first thing, you're speaking about people. And the other one is asking unnecessary question. And the third one is wasting mal, wasting wealth, wasting money. Wasting our money, my dear brothers and sisters. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us, He has favored us and He has given us, a certain amount of wealth. Some of us has more, some of us has less. When He has, endowed us in such a way, we do not go and blatantly show off and we waste it to buy, because there's a lot of brothers and sisters who are not as fortunate as we are. So instead of showing off and wasting, we utilize this wealth for good. There's no need for us, because remember, when we leave over here, all of this wealth stays over here. Every single thing that we work so hard for in this world stays here. Illa except in what? Our good a'mals. Our good a'mals. If we did our good deeds, even our bad deeds goes with us also. So our a'mals goes with us. Our a'mals goes with us. But also, if it is that we did something in the masajid or anywhere else in the world, it doesn't have to be necessarily we did in the masajid. If we made a well, we dug a well, and a community is benefiting from this. So every single time one person drinks water of that well or have a shower from that well, you are receiving blessings for this. If a person made wudu to perform salah with that well, you are getting the reward of that salah just as well as that person. Without that person's salah going down in any shape or form, the reward for his salah is going to be the same, and you are going to also, without you having to lift a finger. I'm just giving you an example of what something is called sadaqatul jariyah. Something that is a sadaqah that is continuously flowing and is continuously being given. Every single thing. So this is why when we will employ each other, myself included, that we just heard, there was a request so that we help each other in the massages here. Let's say we put up the roof, we assist and put up physically also, we can put up, our labor also, we can give our labor. That's also sadaqah. We are physically contributing to something. Or you could put your wealth into it also. And when someone performs their salah, or the community as we see over here, you are getting the reward of each and every single person. And that reward in Jama'ah is multiplied by 27 times plus more. The minimum is 27 times. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is continuously encouraging us. So the little good that we do, Allah is just going to magnify it. He's going to make this reward be compounded. And the last and final piece that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, well, I just mentioned there about wasting money. Wasting money. So, having said this, my dear brothers and sisters, I would like to, remind us of the activities of this beautiful day, of the day of Nahar. This day is a very special day. For those of us, we are currently presently here right now, we weren't afforded the opportunity to go and perform Hajj with the Hujjaj over there. Whether it was because we didn't have the means, or we didn't have the intention, or even if we did make the intention, we were not given the invitation by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because going into the sacred land, the holy land, it doesn't mean that we can have the world of wealth. If we are not invited by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we will not reach there. It is an invitation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But my dear brothers and sisters, for those of us who have the nisab, who have the wealth, make the intention. Make the intention, my dear brothers and sisters, that we will go and perform our Hajj. Because if it is that we have the wealth and we are finding all the excuses in the book that we cannot go to perform our Hajj, because this we have to do that, whatever it is, and death comes and finds us, my dear brothers. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that if it is you had the means and there's no valid excuse for it, we would die just as if we were dying as a non-believer. It's one of the pillars of Islam, and I know it is very costly. But you know what? When we make that intention and when that time comes, the money will come so easily and so fast that we will not know how easily it will come. So we have to make the intention, my dear brothers and sisters. And we have this, it's normal, not only in Trinidad, but in society in general. We would always say, we will wait until we become older. When we start getting great, then we will go and perform our Hajj, my dear brothers and sisters. For those of the Hujjaj that is currently present over here, they can bear witness that performing Hajj is not a simple feat. It's very strenuous. Because remember, there's over 6 million people converging in the same place to do the same actions that we are all trying to do. So just put that into perspective. We have probably about 150, 200 people over here, right? Just imagine, over 6 million people converging. Every year it goes up more. When I went, it was around 6 million. Trying to do the same thing. So we have to be strong. Like when you are trained, when you're going to do a marathon or anything, you will try to train. For any brothers and sisters that here that is, who does sport. We train before we go, right? Likewise, when you're going to perform Hajj, do not just think that we'll pick up ourselves and go and perform our Hajj. Try and prepare yourself mentally and physically. We have to do both aspects of it. Make sure you make your rounds around the circuit and get your legs going, because when you're doing the Ramal, it's a long distance, over 1.5 kilometers. You got to do that 7 times. Depending on where in the mataf that you are in the Kaaba, if you're in close proximity of the Kaaba itself, it's not too bad. But remember, you may not be that fortunate. If you have to do in the outer circles of the Kaaba, then it's a big feat. It's a long distance, right? So it's not to give you any fear. I'm just showing you the perspective and put into perspective when it is that we have to go over there. It's not just that we just make the intention, we just pack our bags and we go. There is some aspect of preparation, inshallah. And after this, my dear brothers and sisters, we are, after we finish over here, we are going to be heading to the back, inshallah, to do the sacrifice. I think we have 6 bulls. I'm not sure how many sheep or whatever it is that we have in the back that we good. The facility has made, Brother Zahir and Imam Zahir and a couple of the brothers were busy for the past couple of weeks creating these facilities. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, give them the best in this life and in the akhirah, inshallah, for all the effort that has been placed. Because, as I mentioned in the ayah, whilst I was reciting the Quran, whilst I was reciting the Khutbah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that it is not the meat and the blood that reaches Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but it is the taqwa, it is our piety that reaches Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So our awareness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks us to make a sacrifice, this is what is meeting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is what is going to be taken to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this animal that we are sacrificing and is going to be shared amongst the community and the families that is going to be making this also here. And it's 3 different parts. One of it is specifically for the community. 1/3 is for the family. And another one can be shared however they like, my dear brothers and sisters. And this animal, you know, we hear many times in the du'as we make mention about, you know, to cross the Bir Sirat. You know, our here is just less than 1,000 of an inch. Right, that's 0.0001 of an inch. That's how the blade of our hair is. This bridge of Sirat is much thinner than that and very sharp. And I'm not here, I know it sounds like I'm trying to make it, you know, like it's so horrible. Right? And directly below this is Jahannam. So if it is that we are crossing this bridge and it slices us because of our iman, then we are fallen to Jahannam. This animal that is going to be sacrificed is going to be taking us over this bridge, my dear brothers and sisters. So this is one of the actual attributes of this animal and what is going to happen on the day of judgment and the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah. These animals that we are sacrificing over here, year in and year out, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants us a nisab, this animal is going to help us. So look for the best and the choicest of animal. Not because, you know what, nobody's going to know if this animal is, you know, a little bit defective or not. Look for the best of animal. The best of animal, so that animal is going to, inshallah, take us over to that bridge and take us for to our judgment, inshallah. So I hope and pray with these few words, inshallah, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protects us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us all the understanding of this beautiful deen, Deenul Islam. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Eid Mubarak, my dear brothers and sisters.